It's no secret that Killer Instinct is becoming more and more popular within the mainstream media. Killer Instinct has made several appearances in popular modern television series, as well as showing up in movies on the big screen. Today, we're going to be looking at each time Killer Instinct appeared in a TV show or movie. Before we begin the list, remember to subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up on the video, and ring the notification bell for more Killer Instinct content. In the episode Born to Die of the FX TV show Atlanta, we can see two of the characters having a conversation in a room where we can see someone was last seen playing Killer Instinct. The game is at the pause menu, so we can't see where they are, but we can see that the person who was last playing the game is using TJ Combo, as we can see his name and his move list on the pause menu. In the movie Captain Fantastic, we can see a group of people sitting on a couch watching two kids play Killer Instinct. One of them is playing Saberwolf and the other is playing Jago on the Tiger's Lair stage. We can tell that this must have been a very early version of the game because the health bars, combo counter, and KV meter look how they did in the demo version of the game. After the Jago player uses his launcher ender, the screen pans back over to the people on the couch, and in the window, we can see the reflection of the TV screen showing us that the person playing Jago won the match. I was unable to find the season, episode number, or episode name of this entry, so I couldn't find great footage of this, but thanks to Oh Look It's Rab on Twitter, we have proof of Killer Instinct being shown in an episode of Grey's Anatomy. We can see the patient in the hospital bed is playing Killer Instinct while another person walks into the room. They proceed to tell the patient, "Dude, you're Jago," which funnily enough he pronounces as Jago, so we can tell that the person in the bed is fighting against Saberwolf on the Tiger's Lair stage. They also try to give the patient the advice of, "Counter with a wind kick, it'll take him down," to which the patient replies, "I can't concentrate when you watch me." From this footage we can also tell that this is the exact same early demo version of the game that we saw in Captain Fantastic. In the movie I Care a Lot, we can see a patient in a retirement home sitting in a room watching other people play Killer Instinct. We can see player 1 is using Kim Woo with the gamertag Ape of Spades, fighting against player 2 using Mira on the Forgotten Grotto stage. That alone tells us that they are playing on the most updated version of the game, if at the very least the last update including Mira in Season 3. None of the dialogue in this scene mentions the gameplay. In the episode Gimme Shelter Part 3 of Law & Order, we can see someone sitting on a couch playing Killer Instinct using the gamertag Cursive Circle 37. They are playing as Spinal and fighting against Fulgore on the Alchemical Lab stage. We can tell that this takes place before Killer Instinct Season 3 because the shadow meter color is still blue, and not the shade of purple that it was changed to in Season 3. We can also take some advice from the person that walks into the room to speak to the player on the couch.
Well, sometimes you should let the other guy come to you instead of always being on the attack.
No, playing it safe is no fun.
Okay.
This small little detail in the show brought a smile to my face, and I'm actually curious whether or not this was scripted. To put something in like this seems a little out of place, but it's a very nice touch. Who knows, maybe watching Law & Order can help you become a better Killer Instinct player after all. Or maybe not. But do you know what else will help you become better at Killer Instinct? Ultratech University. Ultratech University is my Patreon service that I created to help Killer Instinct players get better at the game. You can receive one-on-one lessons with me, be a part of my private Discord server filled with exclusive content that I don't post anywhere else, be a part of exclusive community events, and interact with the most dedicated Killer Instinct players who are focused on getting better at the game. Head over to patreon.com/Ultratech University to join today. Now, back to the video. In the episode A Fuss at the AG Hall in the TV show Letterkenny, we can see two people standing in a room watching two other people play Killer Instinct. One of the people standing then tries to strike up a conversation with one of the people playing KI, but they keep giving them short answers in an attempt to show their disinterest in the conversation so they can keep playing Killer Instinct. Priorities, people. From the footage we have, it is difficult to make out the gamer tags that are being used, but we can see that player 1 is using Sidira, player 2 is using Glacius, and they are on the Tiger's Lair stage. The clock is also set to infinite time. We can see that the shadow bar is the pre-Season 3 shade of blue once again. In the Netflix TV show Lucifer, we can see two people playing Killer Instinct sitting on a couch. Player 1 is using Cinder, and their gamertag is MFNDevil. And Player 2 is using Rash, using the gamertag First Woman, with the number 1 for the eye. They're playing on the Forgotten Grotto stage. Since Rash makes an appearance in this video, I'm sure you've already clicked off of it, given it a thumbs down, and reported my account for whatever reason. Just kidding, please don't do that. Anyways, the Rash player unsurprisingly gets the win using a boot linker into a Shadow Big Bad Boot cash out, and proceeds to pop off on the other player, as if their totally fair and balanced character had to work very hard to earn them that victory. Another detail that I thought was very cool about this is that if you look up the MFNDevil gamertag that we see Player 1 use, we can see that their profile does in fact exist, and it even has the Cinder avatar for their account, which is a super charming little detail that makes me very happy. In the episode Into Oblivion of the TV show Superman and Lois, we can see one person sitting in a room playing a video game as another person walks into that room and begins to speak to them. The camera then pans to them sitting next to each other having a conversation, and we can see the KI pause screen menu. From the footage I have here, it is very difficult to make out what character they were using, but one thing we can definitely confirm is that they were playing Killer Instinct. In the episode Once a Langmore of the Netflix TV series Ozark, we can see a person sitting down with a controller in their hand. The camera pans out as another person walks into the room holding a piece of paper and begins to speak to them. In the background, we can see that they are using that very controller to play, you guessed it, Killer Instinct. The person is playing as Arbiter, and they are fighting against Rash on the Arena of Judgment stage. Possibly the most interesting detail about all of this is that the gamertag seen here is the same gamertag we saw in the movie I Care a Lot, which is Ape of Spades. I checked out their Xbox account as well, and naturally, their profile has the generic gorilla avatar you get on Xbox. And for some reason, their bio on their account reads, Polar Bear's Toenails. Not sure what that means. I do wonder though if the people from Ozark used the exact same Xbox that was used in I Care a Lot. If so, that Xbox might be worth something to somebody. In the episode Thimble of the Netflix TV series Blockbuster, we can see Killer Instinct being played in the background by somebody sitting in what appears to be a beanbag chair. They are playing as Saberwolf and fighting against Glacius on the Fury's core stage. It is once again difficult to make out what the gamertag is in this scene, but it's definitely too long to be Ape of Spades. The gameplay then gets cut off as the person on the phone begins to walk into the foreground of the shot, but although its time was brief, Killer Instinct once again marked its territory on yet another TV series. And that's our list. Do you know of any other times Killer Instinct appeared on TV or in movies? If so, let me know in the comment section below. If we get enough new entries, I may make another one of these lists. In closing, it's a great thing to see Killer Instinct represented through these shows and movies, and we can only hope that one day, Killer Instinct gets to grace its presence onto the big screen. Thank you all so much for watching.